hands on it and figure out how this thing is working. And now that that's happening, it is clear that the PS5 Pro was underestimated.
The only console that is being underestimated is the Xbox Series S. That's why you people complain about how it's running next generation games, even though it's severely underpowered.
I want to look at all this with you because I really think it proves it. I think the power proves it. I think the games prove it.
What games? What are you talking about, bro? What, remasters and remakes? Do you understand how many consecutive times they enhanced Last of Us Part 1? They enhanced it on the PS4. They enhanced it on the PS4 Pro. They enhanced it with the PS5 version of the game. And now they're going to enhance it again with the PS5 Pro version. Are you serious, bro? That is 4 different enhancements. And for Last of Us Part 2, that's 3. That's unbelievable, bro. How many consecutive enhancements do you people want? And then you people want to sit there and complain, oh, that's all you guys do on PC is enhance your games. When you're doing the same exact thing on PlayStation.
The developers are proving it. And
they
yes,
ain't proving nothing. I seen that Ratchet and Clank comparison on Digital Foundry. It was a split hair difference. Oh, look at that. That's worth paying $700 because I can see a little bit more bristles on, Ratchet's behind. Seriously? You ponies will do anything to damage control for this console, bro.
Are proving that this thing was
They still haven't proved what the PS5 was capable of. What about the 8K 120 frames per second on the box? You guys are trying to tell me that was a lie? All of that was just false marketing? Apparently? Man, you know what, man? There's no helping you ponies, bro. I'm sorry, man. You guys are just eating up this Pro just because you ain't got no games, and you're just hoping that these Xbox games that come to your platform run better on the PS5 Pro than they do on the Series X, because in your brain, you feel like that's ammunition. Aha, look at that. Xbox is putting better looking games on our system than they're doing with yours, but yet Xbox gamers are still having the benefit of playing these games through Game Pass Ultimate day and date and day one. So what type of argument are we having here, people?
There is a huge amount of content on Digital Foundry right now walking through all of the games. I already did a video on this.
And have you seen the comment section? People are out here laughing, saying, why would I go out there and pick up a PS5 Pro if it's a split hair difference, bro? You need a magnifying glass to actually see the differences between these comparisons.
I talked about how the PS5 Pro is a mid-gen leap. It's not just a mid-gen refresh. We don't need to revisit all of that, but it's clear, okay? The hands-on response to this thing has been really strong. And do an experiment for me, okay? Go just look at the headlines of the previews. That's totally legitimate. Many consumers are going to conclude the same thing, but it proves they underestimated this thing and they had to fix it.
Underestimated? You tell me when Sony's out here pushing a next generation game on the PS5 Pro, you're not going to sit there and act like I got something up my behind by putting out some PS3 games and saying, hey, look, guys, we got a PS5 Pro enhancement. It's a PS3 game. What is you talking about, bro? You even showing PS3 gaming footage, bro. I can't believe it, man. You ponies are really hurting my heart right now, man. I really had way more confidence in you guys to start demanding more games over hardware, but this is what you people are doing. This is not the reason as to why I picked up a PS5. I picked it up for ambitious PlayStation 5 new gaming titles. Sony has failed to offer that to me. Oh, well, we got Why Is It Warning? And these games are not made by Sony. I'm talking about a Last of Us Part 3, or Uncharted 5, something of that nature. Not something that's offered by a third-party company. I didn't care for these games in the first place.
On the price rather than performance. And you really start to see this when you look at all of the games that are announcing they'll be PS5 Pro enhanced. Currently, there are 67 games with the PS5 Pro Enhanced label, and that list is climbing.
And none of them actually show a legitimate difference. Wow.
Piece of hardware. And I think it speaks volumes when your former competitor buys this huge publisher and one of those games underneath that publisher announces that it will be PS5 Pro enhanced. It's like, hey, you bought that content, you bought that property, and now your property is promoting our hardware. Now, obviously, this has everybody.
That's funny because every time you guys talk about Xbox, that ain't free promotion towards Microsoft.
Turning to, well, what about Black Ops 6? What about Indiana?
See, this is all they're worried about, man. They're only worried about playing Xbox games enhanced on their PS5 Pro. See, that goes back to my original argument. What about the games that Sony's offering to you? These games was coming to your platform anyway, even if Microsoft acquired Activision. You people know this. And so what? Oh, we get a better enhanced game, but you still have to pay for a game through your subscription, well, as well as paying for a subscription service, while Xbox can do this under one tier. Game Pass Ultimate, get their online, get their Call of Duties and all these other games day and date, and play these games to their subscription service while also saving money. How is that not a benefit towards Xbox consumers?
What about Doom the Dark Ages? You can really tell that people underestimated the PS5 Pro because the Diablo 4 announcement made a lot of Xbox fans mad.
And, guys, I'm furious, man. I'm so mad that I went up and picked up another PS5 and it wasn't no Pro. It was a PS5 Slim.
I think people really thought that, the developers and the game studios, they're not really going to care about a PS5 Pro enhanced label. It'll probably be largely first-party PlayStation games. Everybody fixated on how PlayStation was using old games or existing games to show off.
That is exactly what they're doing.
Differences, but then 60-plus games have lined up to snag the label, and that list will.
And what's even more funny, he's showing gameplay of another remake, which is Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater. Bro, you guys are not proving no points with this.
We continue to grow. And it's unsurprising that none of these games are 30 FPS capped games, so we'll probably have to wait a little bit.
Because they're remasters and remakes.
Longer for that prediction to come true, but I won't hold my breath. And not only did the games prove this, developers are proving it as well. If there was one aspect of the PS5 Pro that was clearly underestimated, it was how much it would appeal to developers. Everybody thinks that ray tracing is just a gimmick that eats up resources and tanks performance. I know that people think this because I thought it myself, but the more I looked into it, the more I saw that ray tracing is going to be a standard piece of tech.
You don't think ray tracing affects performance, bro? What are you talking about, bro? It's so funny that you have the audacity to chastise PC gamers and don't understand that reflections and ray tracing affect performance. Like, even when I seen the comparison with the dude with Cyberpunk and he put the ray tracing and the reflections, it took the 100 frames per second and made it more to 35. Just because he put that one option. You see? So it's so funny that you people say, oh, it doesn't impact performance when it does.
Technology that devs want to use, and the Pro helps them do that.
How does the Pro help them do that if the CPU is the same exact thing? Which would be under performance.
Just consider some of the praise the Pro has already received, not just from first-party studios. There was an engine programmer who sent some lengthy...
the guy that made No Man's Sky. Here we go. We got a game that was enhanced for the PS4 Pro, enhanced probably more likely for the PS5, and then he's probably going to enhance No Man's Sky again for the third consecutive time. I'm seeing it right here, seeing the tweet. Hey, I'm happy to see this. Really? A PS4 game is what you're using as an example. These people, man, you can't win with these people.
Tweets praising the PS5 Pro and stated that this console absolutely rocks. This guy's at Hello Games. He's been around since the PS1 days. And he wasn't just excited as a developer. He was also excited as a consumer and wants to own one. And I think that speaks very highly. Then the devs from BioWare working...
All right, let's skip some of this fluff. There's a lot of fluff.
Happens when you give them the ability to do more. It would be easy to dismiss the first-party PlayStation studios when they were excited about the Pro, right? You'd be like,
now, is the Pro going to enhance the Until Dawn remake with all the bugs and issues that game has, or is it still going to be the same buggy mess that it's always been at launch?
Of course, they're excited.
A game that you haven't even brought up to people's attention.
Got to be cheerleaders for Sony's new tech. That's their parent company. But when third-party devs like Hello Games and BioWare are singing your tech's praises, I think this...
they're just telling people that they're going to have enhancements with the PS5 Pro. What do you mean tech's praises? Ain't nobody going on their knees praising this console. What are you talking about? They're just saying that, hey, we're going to try to take a little bit more of advantage of what the PS5 Pro offers. That's not praising, bro. You guys are acting like the PS5 Pro is a whole new next generation console. You're still playing the same games.
It just furthers the point that a lot of people underestimated the Pro.
Oh, no, we didn't underestimate anything because we've seen these comparisons. And to be honest with you, there's really not that much difference.
Yes. Even the sales of the device prove the point further.
Oh, really? What? Oh, that's funny. Because last time I checked the PS5 Pro, you can go pre-order one right now. I can go get a PS5 Pro right now and pre-order it. Nobody's having trouble doing that. You know what's so funny? The sculptors didn't even want it. You got to think about it. The sculptors sculpt the base PS5 more than they sculpt the PS5 Pro, even though it's supposed to be a far better console. They went out there and got the PS5 Pro 30th anniversary bundle because they know that's a limited amount of quantities, but nobody cared about the PS5 Pro. Even sculptors didn't even care about it.
Much like other instances where PlayStation announced a piece of hardware, the skeptics and the anti-fans were quick to decry this thing as DOA or unnecessary. Why would we even need a PlayStation 5 Pro? I mean, even developers earlier this year, I think it was like March, they were saying, well, what's the need of a PlayStation 5 Pro? We've not even tapped into the full power of the PS5.
Yeah, we didn't tap into that 8K, 120 frames, the things that Sony promised on the box.
And now devs are lining up to get the enhanced label and are singing the thing's praises. According to reports as well, this thing is selling very well. We don't even have to
you mean the 30th anniversary bundle, the one that they only had about 12,000 units? Because that's the only one that I heard that sold out. The base PS5 Pro is not selling well. I looked at the metrics.
Numbers yet. The PlayStation 5 Pro was the best-selling console on Amazon in the
of course, because it's a new console. It's just like how you guys say, oh, hey, look, Astrobot is doing so well, guys, and you're comparing it to Crash 4 and Sonic Frontiers, games that came out 2 or 3 years ago. Of course Astrobot's going to sell well, or should I say better, even if it's only sold 18,000 copies. Because that's the only game, it's a new game. See, what you people don't understand, it matters on a monthly case basis. How long is that going to last? More than likely, people always buy a lot of things day one just because they feel like they have this inherent need that they feel like they're missing out. And that's what most people do, and there's nothing really much going on, so people are going to probably pick up the Pro. It's going to be a trending console, but that doesn't mean that it's successful. See, that's what you people don't understand. If a PS5 Pro only sold, like, let's say, 100,000, that's still a lot more than what people are doing for games, because a lot of these games that you people are playing have already been out for years.
UK, Germany, Italy, Japan, France, Spain. It was number 1 in US. It was number 2 in Canada. Now you might push back and say, listen, you should expect that. It's the newest console.
You see? See, even he ain't that stupid.
Of course, it's going to be higher. I mean, I guess you could go see if any of the newly announced Xboxes are up there, but that could be fair pushback. You could say, listen, this is a new thing. Of course it's going to be up there. But what does that prove? It shows that this thing is in demand. It shows.
You know what? When I know the PS5 Pro is in demand, when the scalpers are going out there picking up one, just like what they did with the PS5 base model. Bro, don't come here with this nonsense, bro. Even scalpers don't even want your trash PS5 Pro. Not even to resell it, because they can't even see themselves getting any value from picking up the PS5 Pro to resell it. That's why anybody can go pre-order one. That's why they focus all their time and attention of getting that 30th anniversary bundle, because it's the only one that actually looks different.
That consumers are buying it in numbers that's making it chart on a retailer. And many people, I think, really focus on the fact that, well, it didn't sell out. That must mean it's not in demand. But that's not.
It kind of isn't
an indicator of anything.
Oh, yes, it is. Oh, yeah, hold on. Don't downplay that. Because no, don't downplay that. Because when there was a lot of Xbox Series S's and X's in store, y'all were saying, oh, look at the PS5. It's a sought-after product. No, let's keep things consistent here, buddy. Let's keep things consistent here. Because ain't nobody was saying, oh, it didn't matter. Y'all was saying, oh, we can't even get a PS5. They're selling out like crazy. They're doing all this, right? Now, all of a sudden, the PS5 Pro ain't doing the same metrics as it did with the base model PS5. Now you want to sit there and cap for it.
Is that? Well, we don't know how many they made. We don't know how quickly they can respond to demand.
Oh, here we go with the excuses.
Since pre-orders went live a month.
Pre-orders went live with the PS5, and that sold out like crazy, bro. You couldn't even get one. Most of y'all were paying $1,000 for a PS5, and you could have just got yourself a PC instead, you big dummies.
Before the release. So just like I said with the tech breakdowns, folks are getting ahead of themselves. We should wait.
Yeah, and I think you're one of those people.
For the sales reports.
We got to wait for the sales report, but we can't wait for the spec sheets to see how powerful the console is. You see that? You see how these ponies operate, guys? Oh, we got to wait to see how the sales do, but we can't wait to see the specifications of the console to see if it's actually more powerful than the way Sony is touting it. You know what, man?
for the impact, right, of
Oh,
more
the
and more
impact.
games saying, hey, we're PS5 Pro enhanced too. We saw similar claims about the PlayStation Portal, right? It was decried as not needed, it was DOA, and then PlayStation has reported that it exceeded their expectations every single time, with demand being higher than what they thought. So no matter how you shake it, this is another instance of folks decrying something before it hits the market and underestimating it. Now, I'll be honest, it's hard to blame consumers for being a little skeptical about technological claims, especially in the gaming world.
Especially when you people don't know nothing about technology.
We've all been there. The game looks crazy. It promises to blow your mind, and then it launches with bugs, problems, or
Yeah, like Until Dawn Remake.
noticeable graphical downgrades.
Yeah, like Until Dawn Remake.
And even outside of games, that remote control car on Christmas morning, it never quite went as fast as they promised. It didn't quite do as great in the grass or going up hills or really any product, really. We've almost become conditioned to presume that marketing is a lie because oftentimes it is a lie.
Yeah, I mean, just look at your base model PS5. It says 8K at 120 frames per second. Clearly, that was a lie, man. If this was Maury, man, Maury would be making money off you fools. PlayStation, is it 8K or 120 frames? And then you got the baby mama. That was a lie. Out here, there's ponies running in the back saying, my husband cheated on me. He said he was 8K, 120 frames. He lied to me. Maury, that was a lie.
But the proof, as they say, is in the pudding.
That
And
was
even
a
without
lie.
being released into the wild, like nobody can buy a PS5 Pro right now or have it in their home.
What are you talking about? I can go get one right now, bro. You can go to any retailer and go get a PS5 Pro, bro. It's not that hard, bro. I've seen people do it, bro. Only a few handful of people, but they're not that unobtainable like you're making it seem. The only one that is the 30th anniversary bundle.
And even without having first-party games built from the ground up for the Pro, the PS5 Pro is proving that it was severely underestimated. Which,
yeah, because clearly, we have to enhance our games for different occasions so we can show the graphical prowess of the PS5 Pro. Bro, then name the games, bro. Go ahead, name them.
I suppose, is a feather in Sony's cap. They didn't have to boast or brag or convince anyone. They announced it.
Yeah, because you
They told us
PlayStation
about
fanboys just consume product.
the new tech. They highlighted some differences, and then they let the tech outlets get their hands on it, which at some level speaks louder than their own marketing ever could. And
I thought Sony said, remember when Dreamcast guy said he liked Sony because they're the loudest in the room? So why is Sony so quiet about these specifications? Because they don't want to drop them out so people actually know what's really going on here. So they know that they picking up the same console that they already had with just a slightly larger GPU.
Given how quick so many games are grabbing that PS5 Pro Enhanced label, what if not having the label becomes an outlier? What if it's the minority? What if the majority of titles on PlayStation 5?
I mean, I think companies are going to incentivize on that label, even if there's really not that much of a difference, because why not? That's even more of a reason for them to sell the game. Like what? Huh? Like, bro, what are you doing?
Have that Pro Enhanced label. That would certainly drive home what I've been trying to say. PS5 Pro.
But you have to understand, people don't value games the way you're talking about, bro. Nobody's going to look at it and say, you know what, God of War Ragnarok on my PS4 was fun. I'm going to go play the PS5 Pro version because it has a label. Gamers don't think like that, bro, especially 99% of the gamers now. They're not even having fun. That's why y'all talking about hardware more than you're talking about games.
Was underestimated. But those are just my thoughts, and now it's time to
mean nothing. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, and like I said, Reforge Gaming is on Maury. Is my PS5 Pro 8K 120 frames? The lie detector results are in, and unfortunately Reforge Gaming, that was a lie. Ah!